to another Maestro Park video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I drew and painted the Red Campion, which is a plant that's flowering at the moment.
This pretty little flower is known as the Red Campion, or in Maltese as Il Sin las Ful, which translates to the tongue of the bird. It is common and flowers every year from autumn to spring in Malta. Each petal is divided almost down the whole length, which gives the impression the flower has 10 petals, but it actually has 5. This is what you'll be needing to draw and paint the Red Campion. I have a picture of the flower on my laptop. I'll be sharing a picture with you all to use. You'll need your nature diary or January page. So I've painted the Red Campion in here, as you can see. You'll need your paints, whether they're watercolour or poster colours. So the main colours I used were pink, green, white. I used a white gouache, but you can use whichever kind of white you have. And I mixed a little bit of blue, red and brown together. A paintbrush, a pencil, a rubber, either a bottle top or a coin is fine, whichever you have, a pot of water and a palette. I'm going to start by taking my bottle top, or you can use a coin, and I'm just going to draw 2 flowers, but you can draw more. So I'm just going to draw a circle very lightly around the bottle top, and then you need to find the middle of each circle roughly, and it's about there. And because they have 5 petals, we need to draw 5 lines in a roughly star shape. And try and make them equal sections between each. And then we want to draw very narrow triangles around each line. Do the same for the other one. Now we need to make those petals round now. So if you look at the flower, and I keep referring to the flower I have on my laptop screen. So each one splits in the middle. So if you draw out from it, and they're almost heart-shaped. You can turn the page. I might move this one along a little bit. And this one. And do the same for the other one. Of course, if you find a different way of drawing or painting them, that's fine as well, and I'd be very interested to see how everybody else has done it. Okay, so I'm going to go over those lines, pressing my pencil a little bit more now. And these don't have to be perfect, because even in nature they're all a little bit different. Okay, so now I'm going to rub these out. But you can still, because I pressed down with my pencil, you can still see the marks. And I'm going to take my water and paintbrush, and I'm going to paint the petals with water carefully. Okay, and then I'm going to take my pink paint, this is magenta watercolour, which I've had to cut open because the paint dried up so it wouldn't come out the tube. But I can just use it like this. With watercolour, if you add water, it's usable again, and I don't want to waste it. And then I'm just dropping paint into the petals, and it's quite fun to watch. This is the fun of watercolour. This one's really spreading. So I'm just going to let it do what it wants to do for now. And then I'm going to go around the petals and just touch them up a little bit and make them round at the edges. They are such a pretty colour in nature. It's hard to replicate, but I think the magenta is almost there. Okay, next I'm going to just draw some quick stems and leaves using some green paint, but I'm not going to touch the flowers because I don't want the paint to mix. So they have quite long stems, but they usually grow in amongst other vegetation, so it's a bit hard to see their leaves sometimes. Hear the traffic outside. I'm not completely filling them in with colour, but you can paint the leaves any way you want to as well. They are sort of shaped like these. Next I'm going to take my white gouache paint and just dip my brush in, and this does not act like watercolour, so it's quite good in a way, and if you have any white poster paint it might act the same way. So if you just dab a little bit in the middle, because the middle of the flowers does have a white middle, and it's quite nice because it does spread a little bit. And then I'm going to mix up a little bit of red with a little bit of brown. There's brown on this side. And a little bit of blue to make it a bit purpley. Because if you look really closely, they do have, in their centres, they have a few dots of kind of a purpley brown. And the underneath of these flowers is really pretty as well. So if you want to draw that part, that would be great. I'm going to add a little bit, probably a bit too wet at the moment. You can use your tissue if you need to push some paint back. And there you have the Red Campion. Please let me know how yours turn out, and it would be great to see if you used any different methods. I hope you enjoyed that.